Tomorrow, early in-person voting begins across Michigan. It's the first time this form of voting has been allowed in our state during a presidential election.
News 8's Demetria Sanders spoke with local clerks about how the process works and the ways they are preparing.
Election officials have had an opportunity to try out in-person early voting during elections earlier this year, but tomorrow, the biggest test begins. In 2022, Michigan voters approved sweeping changes to the state's election laws, including allowing early in-person voting.
I think it's critical because the voters have said they wanted it. So they passed this amendment with Prop 22-2, and it's a constitutional amendment that gives them this right.
Porzondek, one of many officials setting up for 9 consecutive days of voting starting Saturday until Sunday, November 3rd.
Lots of training, lots of prep, and lots of practice, but we are ready and prepared, and we're ready to go.
Plainfield Township will hold all of its early voting at its Township Hall from 8 in the morning until 4 in the afternoon, and here's how it works.
Bring your photo ID, and if you don't have one, you'll sign an affidavit instead, and then you'll be issued a ballot. You'll come to a voting booth, and then you will go to another processing table. There, remove the stub and check your application, and then you'll deposit in a tabulator just like you would in a precinct.
East Grand Rapids took one of the first swings at early in-person voting in Michigan after a pilot program last November.
Everything has been really smooth, very few hiccups or glitches.
Parmenter says one lesson learned for this election are the hours that people want to vote.
We did add one more evening time. That seemed to be a busier time.
East Grand Rapids has also brought in additional election workers after slower turnout during previous early voting opportunities. Parmenter expects things to pick up this time around.
We've had a lot of phone calls, a lot of people asking about it, so I do expect it to be a pretty heavy turnout this time.
And she says there's benefits to casting a ballot early.
Don't wait in the lines. Do this at your convenience.
Although people can vote early, results cannot be generated until polls close on election night. Demetria Sanders, News 8.